Hello YouTube! This is Subcell from SupGamez speaking to you about Spec Ops The Line, a third-person shooter that at first glance doesn't seem to do anything different from most third-person action shooters. But, as you'll find out when you've played Spec Ops The Line for a few hours, it does do some things very differently. In Spec Ops The Line you play as Captain Walker, who is sent to a sandstorm-struck and almost completely dead Dubai, along with his two partners to save any survivors. Unfortunately, you immediately stumble upon a group of rebels, who appear to be not so friendly.
On top of that bus! Take him down! Enemy in sight!
It is when this first shootout starts that you'll notice that the shooting mechanics aren't that special and that the guns don't feel particularly powerful. When the story progresses it becomes more complicated, dark and gritty. And after not too long you'll find yourself fighting against US soldiers who should stand on your side. The gameplay of Spec Ops The Line consists mainly of cover-based shooting segments divided by cutscenes, all built around a pretty heavy and sometimes even shocking story. Only sometimes the fighting is interrupted, letting you relax and enjoy the fantastically beautiful vistas. The graphics are one of Spec Ops' greatest selling points. So is the story, which is interesting, engaging and compelling from start to finish, and should be the main reason to buy the game. Don't expect anything from the gameplay that we haven't seen already in other games. Spec Ops The Line features a wide variety of weapons, from grenade launchers to sniper rifles. But there are not very many of them. The game lets you command your two squad mates, and this system works surprisingly well. They are actually useful in combat, unlike allies in many other games where they often do nothing to help you out. Although the system works well, it isn't new. It existed already.
Put him down! Copy, I'll take him out! Contact! Open fire! Shit! More shooters coming out of the door in the back!
Adding to the intensity of Spec Ops The Line's story is the fact that playing the game on normal difficulty is already very challenging. You die very quickly, and enemies will flank you and throw grenades regularly. Luckily enemies go down fast as well. The cover system in Spec Ops The Line works well in general, but has its flaws. You can't take cover behind everything, and sometimes your character refuses to take cover at all. The controls are good, but you'll definitely have to get used to them. Spec Ops The Line also features multiplayer, but since the multiplayer has no story, and the story is what makes the single player campaign stand out, it isn't interesting at all. You'll probably spend most of your time playing the campaign and trying to beat it on the hard difficulty, which really proves to be quite a challenge. In the end, Spec Ops The Line is a game that almost completely relies on its amazing story and storytelling. Without the good story, Spec Ops The Line would have been a very mediocre third-person shooter. If you're looking for a challenging shooter with an interesting story and a lot of easy achievements, then Spec Ops The Line is worth your money. If you're looking for a shooter that has interesting gameplay mechanics, then you're better off waiting for one of 2K's other games, such as Borderlands 2 or Bioshock Infinite. Spec Ops The Line is definitely worth a playthrough, but whether it's worth buying depends entirely on what you expect and what you want.
Priority target! Focus on him! Threat eliminated! Okay, got him! Okay, gotta re-up.